Okay.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 3, Text 21. Yat yat ācarati śreṣṭhas tat tat evetaro janaḥ sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute lokas anuvartate. Translation: whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I would like to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to share my understanding on this verse. I chose this particular verse as I feel that leadership is a very vital quality that is required in this world today. In this verse, Srila Prabhupada is trying to educate us on the qualities and importance of a leader. It is very obvious that in this age of Kali, we require a good leader who can educate the people in general on the true goal of life. Such a leader must practice what he follows. For example, a teacher cannot teach his students to stop smoking or drinking if he does so himself. This is also emphasized by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the purport of this verse, Srila Prabhupada states that one who teaches in this way is called an acharya, or the ideal teacher. An ideal teacher must first follow what he teaches. Only then will his teachings have an effect on the students. There is actually a short story regarding this point. Once upon a time, there was a young boy who really loved to eat sweets. Over time, the boy's mother grew very worried. She was very concerned that her son will soon suffer severe toothaches and stomach aches. Therefore, she took various desperate measures to stop him, but they were all in vain. Finally, she decided to bring him to a sage she knew to find a solution for her problems. After explaining everything to the sage simply nodded his head and asked them to return the next week. When the boy and his mother returned again, all the sage did was simply pat the boy on his head and advise him to stop eating that many sweets. The boy's mother was very amazed. Therefore, she asked the sage out of curiosity, "My dear sage, why couldn't you have done this the last week when we came? Why did you ask us to wait an entire week if you were planning to do something so easy and simple?" Hearing this, the sage replied, "My dear lady, when you first came to me with your son, I was doing exactly what your son did. I could not control myself. I was also eating a lot of sweets. Therefore, I was an unworthy person to instruct your son. I had to correct myself. That is why I asked you and your son to return the next week. I used that 1 week to correct and change myself." Hearing this, the boy's mother could understand that this sage is actually a very good and exemplary leader. The second quality which is very important for a righteous leader, is that a leader should always teach according to the principles of the śreṣṭhas. He should never manufacture his own rules that go against the principles of the śreṣṭhas, such as the Manu Samhita, which can be considered to be a standard book that can be followed by human society. In this verse, we can also understand that if one desires to make advancement in their lives, they should follow the example set by the previous acharyas before us. The Srimad Bhagavatam also affirms that one ought to follow in the footsteps of the great devotees if they intend to make progress in their spiritual lives. We should approach a bona fide spiritual master who comes in the line of disciplic succession in the proper manner, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Tad vidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto us as they have seen the truth. So, in a nutshell, we can understand that people such as the kings or the executive ministers of a particular state, or our parents, or even our school teachers are to be considered leaders of the society, and that such people have a very great responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be very well conversed with standard books of moral and spiritual codes. That is all from me today. I would like to once again thank everybody for bearing with me and lending me your ears. Shri Gita Jayanti ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.